you ever get upset when people say, well, posing is dead in bodybuilding? Because guys like yourself obviously take it, take it still very serious and still bring in a performance on stage.
Yeah.
So when people say it's dead, it's dead. I mean, why is it dead? Why is posing dead?
Well, I think posing is dead not because people don't like it. I think posing takes work also.
Right. So it's a whole routine.
And you have to have kind of a passion for it.
Right.
And some guys that get into bodybuilding, maybe that was never like why they got into it. It was more about the size and the strength and the muscle thing. But for me, like being in martial arts and stuff, I love katas. I love music to the movement of the body. I just thought it was like, I used to watch, ballet. And I think because of my background too, I don't know if anyone knows, but I used to be one of the best breakdancers in the world.
I didn't know. Wow.
Yeah, I choreographed the 84 Olympics here, 100 breakdancers.
Wow.
It was, part of it was my crew, and I
How'd you get into that?
My age, that's kind of when it came, it was originated in New York.
Right, New York, yeah. Were you from LA?
And no, I'm from LA.
Right,
but
that's what I'm saying.
When it came from New York to LA, we took it to another level. We took it more to acrobatic kind of feel to it. Where there it was more just style.
Right,
you know what I mean?
Right.
It was more up rocking and just how you did things. When it came to LA, it was more about like the technical stuff. The head spins and just the almost like a gymnast. And I was a gymnast since I was 6.
That's crazy.
So for me, I picked it up real quick. I could do flips, I could do everything.
Wow.
And I was very well rounded in it. I used to actually be on several breakdancing groups, but I never committed to any one. Because I actually could battle a whole group on my own, because most most guys would have a team, a crew, and they'd go battle different places. And it's because one guy would master like one move and they'd send that guy out, and then the other guy would try to match it. They specialize in certain moves, but I was actually very good at just about all of them, so I can actually take a whole team on. I remember my younger brother, I would have him hold my jacket, and I would go, against the whole crew, and I'd be going, oh my God. Say, okay, he just did like 5 backflips and this in a row, and I was like, I just finished this guy off, and I was like, okay,
That's crazy.
But part of that was, I had a manager. I was on Soul Train, American Bandstand.
Wow.
Yeah, and so I was always used to being like
Performing.
Right. Exactly. And so I think part of just that dance part with the music and everything went with the bodybuilding. That's one of the things. And I used to teach a breakdancing class in a gym, and I was only like 12 or 13 years old, because there was an aerobics room at the gym kind of by my house, and there was a liquor store where people would play the video games, and I would go there to play video games, and I would see like there was a wood floor with mirrors and there was no one in it, so I would sneak in the gym and I would practice.
Wow. And
then these kids that were in daycare, because parents were working out, they would come watch me, and all of a sudden I had all these kids watching me. And then the owner caught me and he kicked me out. But then the next time I was at the liquor store, he came out and asked me, hey, would you be interested in teaching classes? Because I guess a couple of times you snuck in, the parents said the kids wanted to take the classes, So I was getting paid, to teach classes at like 12, 13 years old, a lot of money. I had like 30 or 40 kids taking breakdancing classes with me.
That's amazing.
And that was my parlay into weightlifting, because when I was done, I would go back in the locker rooms, wash my hands, go to the bathroom, and I come out and say, go this way. I go this way through the gym. There's some, hot girls and stuff there. And so I would see the guys lifting, and I'd just go and I start lifting. It took, a little bit of time before they finally realized I didn't, have a membership. Oh no, you're supposed to go that way, and they kicked me out. But that was when I was starting to get into the gym. And that's where I actually trained for my first show years later at that gym. And I won Mr. Ventura County my very first show.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Isn't that crazy?
Well, thank you so much. Yeah. Well, go ahead. You were finishing up. But the classic division, yeah.
Yeah, with the posing.
The posing, yeah.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons, I really love that. And a lot of guys have their own style posing and stuff. And that's why I always say, well, the breakdancing and stuff like that in the bodybuilding, I could do that too. But to me, that was never the classic posing. Like some of the guys I really, truly appreciated with the music and just the passion. And I like to see a little bit more rather than just rehearsed movements that look nice and smooth to the music, but I like to see them get more into it, which I'm not really seeing as much.
Who do you think are the three best posers in all bodybuilding right now outside of you that you enjoy watching?
Well, see, even like Kai, his is a little bit different style. His not so classic. It's more entertainment in it too. Mm-hmm. Like breakdancing mixed with exotic dancing mixed with bodybuilding poses. Mm-hmm. You know, but like doing the robot and this and that and the wave, that's okay for guest posing, but not true bodybuilding. Mm-hmm. I mean, like even everything from the music, and you have to feel it, and just like even the way your hands tense up, and you know, it's dance. It's you have to feel the emotion because you're projecting it. You know, rather than just okay, the beat here, okay, and the next one's going to be here. I want them to almost not think about it and just feel it more, because you can see in a person's face too. You know what I mean? And I want to see like a lot of these guys back in the day, like Muhammad Makawi. Man, you could just see him like put his head down, and you just like you could see the focus, and when you reach up, you could just be like that, and you're like, wow, that just captivates you. Not just going through the motions. And just because you hit it perfectly doesn't mean you're connecting.
Really feeling it, right?
Yeah. So.
Do you have a three favorite right now, or is anybody you can tell like that you really enjoy watching?
I think Terrence is pretty good. Terrence Ruffin, you know, his routines. I like the way he's mixing up the movements, because you don't always want to just go clockwise.
He's great.
And he's good, and he's getting better too, and his physique's getting better. That's awesome. That's what excites me.
Breon's what do you think?
Breon is good. Yeah. It's different, you know. That's the thing, is everyone has a different style,
different approach
to it. I'm really more of the old school, like traditional classic. Even the splits is cool, but that's still not really, that's showing your athleticism. That's fine. But I'm really like old school poses. And Cedric is not bad.
Cedric McMillan, right?
Yeah, yeah, Cedric's not bad. But I see that this thing is, the physique does help with the posing.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Of course.
When you hit it. But back in the 90s, a lot of guys were, they were posers, good posers. Even at the national levels. You know, even the music they would pick and stuff like that. So, but it's all out there, you know, for them to know. And I think it's subjective too. And it unfortunately doesn't, they say supposedly it's supposed to help with your scoring, but I think the show's done after prejudging. We all kind of know that, you know.
I heard the same thing,
yeah. Yeah, it really is. You know, it's, unless there's like a certain outrage where, oh, I'm going to pick that.
Completely different.
Then you might, you know, I've seen them reconsider to a certain degree. Even when I took fifth after the second year, I took fifth. I was actually in the top 3 when we all came off stage. I've never experienced this before. You know, when they pretty much where you ended, you know, that's kind of how the placing is going to go. So I was in the top 3. They called us off stage, and the expediter says, "Well, don't really go yet. They might have you back on." There, you know, those other guys, like, we were already done. I've never had to go back. I literally had all my clothes put back on. They said, "Okay, they want you guys back out there." And I go, "What?" I thought he was joking, and I was like, "What the?" I got so pissed because half my oil was taken off, so I had to strip down.
Why did they do it?
They had us go back out there, and then we did another round.
Do you know why?
The top 5 guys. And then when we got out there, I was over on the side. And this is when Flex made his comeback. And he was standing right there when I was standing on the side. He's like, "Damn, dog, what's going on? But don't let them do that. Go back in there and fight, you know?" But they're not calling me. He's like, "I don't care, just go in the center." I'm looking at Flex, I'm like, I'm just gonna see what's going on. I said, well, either I won, because they're not pulling me out to compare me anymore, but they brought me back out for the top 5, or I'm 5th. And I was 5th.
Why did it happen, do you think?
I think they just wanted to reassess. I think maybe I was in the top 3 and they felt I shouldn't have been, but because I won the Olympia the year before, that's kind of where they were going to end it, you know, because it was new. It was very new. So they were like, well, we don't want to look bad because we just had Danny first place the first year ever. And then now we can't put him too far back because it makes us look stupid. He's not that much different, you know. So they thought they'd have me in the top 3, and then maybe when they looked at the scores and stuff, they're like, well, you know. And I have to say they were in better condition than me. I wasn't popping. I looked better than the next night, that night, coming back, because I got to eat more and stuff. Because I really wanted to bring a little bit different package than the year before, because I really try to fill out. And I felt a lot of my shots, I had my stomach, and I'd never been told a couple times, you know, about keeping my stomach. And I was going, wow, I was known for my small waist, but I really try to eat all the way up to the last minute to fill out. And so this next year, I was very overly careful, where I was just not as 3D. I was conditioned, but you know, for me, it takes more time to fill out. So I looked better that night. But I was cool with it. You know, I'm cool with it. Because, you know, I think I lost very slim to Arash the first time. And, you know, I felt maybe I should have been 4th at that Olympia, because me and Arash weren't really on, you know. Brian was on, George was on, and Sebum was on. And those two, Sebum and George, were new. But they nailed it. I mean, their conditioning popped, everything, their abs. And me and Arash really didn't nail it. We both knew it, too, to a certain degree. But I just thought, well, if I won the Olympia the year before, and it looks like Brian's going to win, you know, I should at least be in the top 3 or 4, you know. But that's where politics, you know. I think maybe because they could have went the other way too with Arash. So I'm fine with that. It's not going to make a big difference.